What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Raymondtacular. I'm back with another video. This video just a last minute video after seeing all the videos of what happened today in Washington. And I'm gonna call this video Capitol Breach by Pro-Trump Mob During Failed Insurrection. Woman shot inside dies. Now, before I get into it and read this article, y'all gotta know something like this was coming. Trump been saying it since the debates. You know what I mean? The good boys, you know what I mean? Now they took action. Me, I'm just happy to be alive to see it. I'm just happy to see all this going on, you know. And I want to read the article. A woman was shot and killed during a standoff inside the U.S. Capitol between law enforcement and supporters of President Donald Trump, who breached the building, forcing a lockdown with members of Congress inside. The protesters, some of who were seen wearing body armor, made their way up the steps around 2:15 p.m., pushing through barricades. Officers in riot gear and other security measures put in place in anticipation of the protests. Now, that tell you right there that these protesters came already prepared for war, prepared for any kind of conflict with law enforcement or anybody they come in contact with, because they came already dressed for it. Where it says that the protesters, some of who were seen wearing body armor. That tell you right there, they ain't come for peace. They ain't come to be peaceful. They came to cause problems. Why do you need body armor? Because you want problems. The protesters, some of who, okay, I read that part. A woman who was shot inside the Capitol and rushed to the hospital, police said. The unidentified woman died later in the evening, sources tell ABC News. So don't know why she died or why she got shot. You know what I'm saying? But all it led to a woman getting shot and killed. That's sad, boy. That is real sad. It's unclear what led to the shooting or if law enforcement was involved. Images show officers with weapons drawn. Yeah, they had their weapons drawn, but nobody was brave enough to pull the trigger. Law enforcement had their weapons drawn, but nobody was brave enough to pull the trigger. But yet, all the incidents where Black Lives Matter, black people running away from the police or not causing harm to the police, they were brave then. They were brave to pull the guns out and pull that trigger then. So why not in this situation? Why wasn't they brave enough to pull that trigger today? That's the $1 million question I got. Why wasn't no officer brave enough to pull that trigger today? Officers said they swept rooms to make sure there were no devices. The Senate resumed their sessions at 8 p.m., where both Vice President Mike Pence and Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell condemned the mob. We will not be kept out of this chamber by mobs or thugs or threats. We will not bow to lawlessness or intimidation, McConnell said. We are back at our post. We will discharge our duty under the Constitution for our nation, and we're going to do it tonight. Tonight, by all means necessary. McConnell went on to call today's event a failed insurrection. Wow. After repeated calls from leaders on both sides of the aisle to call off his supporters, the president released a video message on Twitter at 4:17. So this went on for 2 hours till Trump finally took the time to say, I'm going to call him off 2 hours later. Wow, Trump. That's y'all president, though, right? Telling his supporters to go home. In the same video, he continued to push baseless, false claims about the election. I know you're in pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us, he said. Repeated a false claim in the 1-minute pre-recorded video, but you have to go home now. This election was not stolen from you in no way, shape, or form. You lost fair and square, Trump. You lost by all means necessary. The same way Bush should have lost to Gore. No, I ain't gonna say the same way. Yeah, the same way Bush should have lost to Gore without them cheating is how you lost today. It's how you lost. Twitter removed a tweet with the video along with 2 other tweets at 7 p.m. Twitter announced it locked Trump's account for 12 hours and will continue to keep it locked until tweets are deleted. Future violations of the Twitter rules, including our civil integrity, or violent threats policies will result in permanent suspension of the @real Donald Trump account. Twitter said in a thread later in the night, Facebook announced it would not allow Trump officials' page to post for 24 hours. That's it. That's it. Out of all this he caused, all these problems he's causing, he get locked out of his Facebook for 24 hours. That's crazy. I had my page banned from demon females that I did not know. And this man get locked out of his page for 24 hours. That's all Trump get. All this going on, all he get is locked out of his Twitter account. If it was a regular citizen, our pages would be deactivated. Deactivated can no longer be found. But since it's Trump, he's locked out of Twitter and Facebook for 24 hours. What is this world coming to? That could be a sign that they agree with what he's doing, but they want to take some kind of action just to cover their butt. That's how I'm taking it. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. Future Valica, the tweet came just as Trump's successor, President-elect Joe Biden, held a news conference to address the situation. He called on Trump to tell his supporters to stop. Biden, good job, man. You called on Trump to tell his supporters to stop. That's what's up, man. You already showing concern. This is not decent. It's disorder. It's chaos. It's borders on seduction. And it must end now. I'll call on this mob to pull back and allow the work of democracy to go forward. Finally, someone that has a brain to take force to do something, take command to do something. The entire D.C. National Guard has been activated to help, and several other law enforcement groups, including the Federal Protective Service, Select Service, Virginia National Guard, and Arlington, Virginia Police Department, are responding to assist U.S. Capitol Police. That's crazy. They got to call all this in, and nobody pulled no trigger. No law enforcement pulled no trigger. Y'all call Trump supporters called this must have been chaos, and nobody pulled a trigger. Nobody was arrested. Nobody was arrested. I'm totally lost for words. I'm disgusted and lost for words. Disgusted and lost for words. White House Press Secretary said around 3:40 the National Guard was on its way. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi requested National Guard's help to secure a Capitol, according to a source. So it's not confirmed that she called for National Guard help, but they say it was called. The clash began as Trump and his ally held a rally earlier in the day, pushing the Senate to not certify the election for President Joe Biden. Once inside the Capitol, protesters moved freely and shouted chants while waving Trump 2020 flags. One person was seen waving the Confederate flag inside the building. Due to the violent behavior towards the police officers there and their intent on gaining access to the Capitol, a riot was declared. D.C. Metro Police Chief Robert Conti told reporters at a news conference. According to reports, at least one protester was in the dies of the Senate chamber, and some were going door to door demanding, "Where the are they?" They were also banging on the doors, according to reports. One of the protesters was photographed carrying a congressional lantern. Around 4:15 p.m., the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives and Capitol Police were investigating a suspicious item close to the Republican National Committee headquarters building on 1st Street. Around 5:52 p.m., the FBI said in a statement that 2 suspected explosive devices were rendered safe by the FBI and our law enforcement partners. The investigations go ongoing. So they try to plant bombs and all. These Trump supporters really came to cause some problems. Really came to make history go down as part of history, man. Huh? Putting bombs outside of buildings and whatnot. Come on, man. Are y'all serious? Are y'all really that upset that Trump lost? Wow. I hate to see what y'all gonna do for the next 4 years. Okay. As the Trump supporters stormed the building, law enforcement officers inside instructed elected officials, staff, and journalists to shelter in place. In a bulletin sent to Capitol staff later in the afternoon, Capitol Police ordered people to lock their doors, remain quiet, and silence their electronics. If you are in a public space, find a place to hide or seek cover, the bulletin read. Later in the evening, law enforcement fired tear gas to try and disperse the supporters. They fired tear gas. Tear gas. But all the Black Lives Matter protests, they did more than that. But in this situation, you fire tear gas. In this situation, you go ahead and fire tear gas out of all things. Tear gas. Tear gas is the only thing y'all fire at people that ran up in the Capitol. All you fire is tear gas. They breached all protocols and you just fire tear gas. Oh, yeah. You see how much good you see how much good your tear gas did, then, huh? It did a lot of good. Good job, guys. Good job, law enforcement. Your tear gas did a lot of good. Yeah, it really did a lot of good. Not. U.S. Rep. Jim Himes tweeted, "Police have asked us to get gas masks out as there has been tear gas used in the rotunda." Hold on, let me turn. I hate my phone. My Wi-Fi keep coming on. I got it turned off somehow with this iPhone 11. It just turn on the Wi-Fi as soon as I turn on my iPhone 8 that I'm recording on. I hate that. But tweeted that the elected college ballots were from the floor. If our cable floor staff hadn't grabbed them, they would have been burned by the mob, he tweeted. What? Police have asked us to get gas masks out as there has been tear gas used in the Toronto. U.S. Senate Jeff Merkley D.R. tweeted that the electrical college ballots was rescued from the floor. So the ballots about to get burned. So they was really trying to find a way to make sure Trump walk over the election when he already lost by all means necessary. And make it so, not to get off subject, make it so bad. I have a manager, my assistant manager on my night job is a diehard Trump supporter. I mean, diehard. She's saying the same thing, that it's going to come out that Trump really won an election, that he's going to get another 4 years. And I'm like, we made a bet. We made a bet on this. You know what I mean? We didn't bet no money, but we made a bet between us on this and some other workers that came in our store to do maintenance work for us. She promised them a week of free meals if Trump don't get reelected. You know what I mean? Like, she just know deep down inside that Trump going to walk away with this election. Yeah, they're going to recount all the votes and come out that Trump really won. And it's crazy how people is a diehard Trump fan like this. That makes you think what's really going on in this world. West Virginia Senate John whatever his name, told reporters that the Senate intends to finish clarifying the election tonight. Manchin told reporters he believes that they will be able to continue the debate in the Capitol building. He said that being in the secure holding room with other senators had a way of bringing us together. We're going to finish tonight. These thugs are not running us off. House Speaker Pelosi sent a letter to members that they would proceed with their agenda once the Capitol was cleared. Members and staff should remain on the Capitol complex until they are notified by the United States Capitol Police. She wrote, "I look forward to seeing you later this evening during this time of great sadness." Yeah, this is a very great sadness that something like this will go on. Huh? You ransacked the Capitol building to take pictures and hold up Trump 2020 signs. Really? Really? You go to this stream to show your support for Trump. You got to be out your rabbit minds. Around 3:20 p.m., the Senate chamber was reportedly secured, and officers were in the process of pushing protesters down from the second and third floor of the rotunda, according to police. During a rally earlier in the day, Trump said he would not concede and called on his supporters to march up to the Capitol. He promised the crowd he would be with him, but did not follow up his promise and went back to the White House. Yeah, Trump made a lot of promises in 4 years that he couldn't keep. We all know that by now. Trump make a lot of promises that he can't keep. You know what I mean? That's nothing new. That's not surprising to me. So he ordered them to march to the White House, to the Capitol, and then join it like he said he would. That don't surprise me. That's the usual Trump. That's the usual Trump. During the rally, we will not let them silence your voices. We're not going to let it happen, Trump said to a cheering crowd. As the breaching started, Trump tweeted that Vice President Mike Pence did have to encourage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution, and USA demands the truth. Wow. So Trump actually believe what's going on is right. Trump actually believe all this is going on is right. That's sad. Trump tweeted at 2:39 p.m. Please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on this side of our country. Stay peaceful. So whatever he said to do, he basically doing. So it probably somebody out there reading all these tweets that Trump sending out and going from there. At 3:13 p.m., he tweeted, I am asking everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. No violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. At 3:35, Pence, who was escorted out of the building, also pleaded on Twitter for the Trump supporters to stop. The violence and destruction taking place at the U.S. Capitol must stop, and it must stop now. Anyone involved must respect law enforcement officers and immediately leave the building, he tweeted. That is sad. They got to go through all this to get these people out this building, out the U.S. Capitol. USN met Ronnie told reporters who were with him in a secure position. This is what the president has called today. This insurrection. Ronnie had been escorted by a Trump supporter at an airport today, Tuesday. U.S. Senate Democrat leader and House released a joint statement around 3:50 and called on Trump to demand that all protesters leave the U.S. Capitol and Capitol grounds immediately. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, but it's not surprising me because, you know, as I always said in all these videos where I speak my mind and share my thoughts on situations like this, the Bible tell you there's nothing new under the sun. The Bible clearly says there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that's going on has been done before. All they doing is making more history that our great grandkids gonna be learning in school. You know what I mean? And if all this going on now, imagine what would I'm just saying. Let's say, let's make believe. Let's play the make believe game for a minute. Let's say Trump did win the election and got another 4 years. Man, it would be some pure hell on these streets. It would be some pure hell on these streets if Trump got another 4 years. I'm thankful he didn't. After hearing about that and seeing all the footage from TMZ and going around Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, I am thankful that Trump lost the election. I'm very pleased with that. Either I did not vote, but I'm still pleased with the results because America couldn't have, no. America don't need another 4 years of Trump, another 4 years of Trump embarrassment. You know what I mean? America don't need it. And me, I'm sitting here, I'm trying to find a way where when they had the little parade parties for Biden inauguration, I want to be there. But I can't because that day I work a double on the 20th. You know, that's when Biden gets sworn in on January 20th. That's the day I work a double shift. You know, and y'all know how I feel about my money. My money is the most important thing in my life. That would give me all my freedom and be able to provide for my family is work. So, I won't be in the area, but if they have others that I can make it to, I will be there by all means necessary because I want to see this stuff firsthand. I don't want to see everything on social media or in the news. I want to be there to be able to witness everything with my own 2 eyes. So y'all be prepared, man. A lot of stuff finna go down. A lot of things is about to go down because he ain't gonna leave that White House peacefully. Trump is not gonna leave the White House peacefully, man. And it's sad that this is what it comes to. It's sad that a grown man had this much kind of effect on the world. And instead of y'all being that loyal to Trump, why you don't be loyal like that to God? God, the one that wake you up every day. Why you don't be this loyal to him? Be loyal like this to the man that give you life, that give you breath every day. That let you open the 2 biggest blessings on your body, your eyes every day. This kind of respect you should have for him. Because if you had that kind of respect for him, all that hatred in your heart towards other races would automatically disappear. Because God is not a man of hate. God is not a man of hate. So that tells me right there that y'all not of God. That tells me right there that y'all don't even have no kind of religion in you. The only religion y'all know is problems, chaos, drama, murder, violence. That's the only God y'all know. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's sad. You know, y'all day coming though. Y'all day coming. There's not no threat from me. But y'all day coming because, you know, when y'all die, you still got to answer to him. You got to answer to Trump. You got to answer that man above. That man above, that's who you got to answer to. Yeah. That's who got the last say. So y'all can cause all the hell, all the chaos, all the problems. Y'all can do all you want. But once you get it, once you become an answer, your spirit, your soul got to answer to that man. It goes back to your creator. It don't go back to Trump. Don't go back to Trump. It goes back to your creator. So keep that in mind while y'all causing all this chaos and doing all this nonsense to prove what? To prove what we already know, that Trump got a lot of supporters in the world. Okay, we've been on this. We've seen it the whole last 4 years. We've been on that. So all this disappointment that you're doing. Trump 2020. Hey, good job. Thank you. Thank you for all the money you spent that you put back into the economy from buying all this Trump campaign merchandise. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate the money. But it's not going to prove that. It's not going to change nothing. Trump, 4 years is up. Live with it. Live with it. That's all you can do. Live with it. Live with it. You know what I mean? And go from there. So, but my message, I want to send out there to everybody in America. Everybody in America, I say, teach your children everything you know about racism. So that way they can not acknowledge it and be able to recognize it. They don't know the racism. These 2,000 babies don't know the racism that we know from the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, and all that whatnot, the 90s. You know what I mean? They don't know about that. You know? Teach them. Teach them. So that way they can be aware. That way they can be on alert. They'll be able to acknowledge it and deal with it accordingly as it happens. Because I'm telling you, just like all these Trump supporters, as y'all see doing all this at Capitol Hill, at the Capitol, I guarantee you, they teaching their kids the same thing, how to be racist. It's gonna be hand down knowledge from generation to generation to generation to the world end. So y'all teach y'all children how to acknowledge it, how to recognize it. I'm telling you, it will be useful. It will be useful. Teach them to deal with it accordingly. I ain't saying take action. Soon as they see it, go to fighting. But straighten it, and if it leads to a negative, deal with it a negative way. But if it leads to a positive, deal with it in a positive way. That's all I'm saying. Let me say that one more time. All parents, teach your children, no matter what color you're, black, white, Puerto Rican, no matter what color. Because Trump got supporters of all colors. You know what I mean? Teach your children how to recognize racism, how to recognize it, how to acknowledge it, and teach them how to deal with it, whether in a positive or a negative way. You know what I'm saying? Because someone come at you racist in a negative way, but that don't mean you got to respond in a negative way. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. But teach them how to recognize it, because they ain't gonna get wild. Cause I guarantee all these Trump supporters, oh yeah, they gonna keep racism in the world until the world comes to an end. So be prepared for whatever, because, man, I guarantee you a lot is on the way. I guarantee you a lot is on the way. I'm pretty sure the world is about to see a lot. The world is about to see a lot. A lot. You know, and then to all the Trump supporters out there, just give it up, man. Give it up. Your boy lost. Your boy lost fair and square. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Just give it up, man. Give it up. Give it up. Either way, he's out of the White House on the 20th. You know, give it up. I mean, we just sitting back laughing now. That's all we're doing, sitting back laughing. Look at all this chaos. For what? What is the point? What is this going to prove? How easy it is to get into the Capitol? Okay, yeah, y'all got in there very easy. You know, because everybody was scared to pull the trigger. You know? But I guarantee you some of those trigger-happy officers that was quick to shoot black people in the back and whatever, I guarantee they were there. They probably pulled that trigger. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's time to stop all this nonsense, man. It's time to stop all the nonsense. It's time to get all that hate, all that racism out of everybody's heart, man. You know, it's time. It's well overdue. It's well overdue, man. It's well overdue. And I'm sharing my thoughts on this. You know, I'm going to end this video right here because I know nobody's going to watch a 24-minute video. But, you know, this is all I got to say, man. It's sad. It is sad. But y'all enjoy your night. I'm finna go and enjoy mine.